last week we discussed a comment that Snoop Dogg gave on a recent interview on the It's Giving podcast. It was the most random interview I've ever seen. This channel had like basically no subscribers. He was talking about taking his grandchildren to see this Pixar movie, Lightyear. And if you don't recall, Lightyear was a huge failure at the box office in 2022. A lot of people blamed that on the recycling of Toy Story IP, the confusing premise, but a lot of the backlash also had to do with a same-sex kiss between two female characters in the movie. And he was basically expressing that he didn't really want to explain sexuality to his grandchildren when he took them to this movie. He didn't really come for an intellectual discussion, and they ended up cutting that clip from the full episode.
Like took it out of it
podcast,
entirely, yeah.
hoping that no one would find it, but unfortunately it's caught the attention of some of the people employing Snoop Dogg over at The Voice, where he's a celebrity judge.
It's a big super chat there.
Let me find it. From Feisty Catholic, I think. Please pray for 12-year-old Sophia Forchess, critically injured in the Annunciation Church tragedy in Minneapolis. Her family asks us to storm heaven with prayers. There is novena on Hallow 18563, as well as a GoFundMe for her and the others.
If you have the link to the GoFundMe, if you want to post it in the chat right now, I will pin that to the top.
Thank you for
that.
Sending that.
Tonal issues.
Every damn time.
But post that in the chat, please.
Oh boy. So,
okay.
The showrunners of The Voice, on which Snoop Dogg is a celebrity judge, held crisis PR meetings as a response to this clip of him talking about gay characters in Pixar movies. To just understand how much of an overreaction that is, let's just show the clip that everyone is getting so mad about, in case you didn't see it last week.
It's what you see. They putting it everywhere.
Yeah.
I took my grandson to see, what was the movie with Buzz Lightyear?
Toy Story?
Not that one, but
the new Buzz. Lightyear. I think it's called Lightyear.
with Kiki Palmer's in that movie. So we watching it, and she had a baby with a woman. Oh, my grandson in the middle of the movie like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman.
Do you believe his grandson
I
calls him Papa
really hope
Snoop?
they do call him Snoop.
I didn't come in for this shit. I just came to watch the goddamn movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she and she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? So it's like, it fucked me. I'm scared to go to the movies now. Like, y'all throwing me in the middle of shit that I don't have an answer for. It threw me for a loop. I'm like, what part of the movie was this? These are kids that we have to show that at this age. Like,
that part.
they're going to ask questions.
Yeah.
I feel like his critique is less to do with the kids and more to the fact that he just doesn't have an answer for them. And it's like, it's not his job because he's not even their dad.
Yeah.
He's the granddad.
Well,
it's not his job to sit them down and be like, well, when
Yeah.
two women really love each other, they can go to the adoption agency or
Right.
the IVF clinic. Or
There's nothing in that clip where he says, you know, I find homosexuals reprehensible.
No, he
like,
didn't say
there's
anything.
nothing making a value judgment on gay relationships or gay adoption.
like you could make the argument that the part at the end about like these are kids, and like you could make the like 10 years ago the argument would be like even the suggestion that it doesn't belong in there would be a problem, and 10 years ago the average neoliberal would agree with you.
NBC's furious with him over his quote-unquote homophobic comments.
And there was a fake apology,
Yeah, there was
which has been
an
deleted
apology-
literally everywhere.
An apology published via Deadline that was initially thought to be him. He said, I was just caught off guard and had no answer for my grandsons. All my gay friends know what's up. They've been calling me with love. My bad for not knowing the answers for a 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. I'm not perfect. So that's not really an apology, but it's also not real. And to make matters worse, the screenwriter of Lightyear spoke out in response to this controversy, defending her very purposeful inclusion of the same-sex kiss and why she thinks it's so important. We should show that picture of her. Just
Yes.
the picture of this screenwriter tells you everything you need to know about those who are injecting politics and gender ideology into children's entertainment. The pink hair, the red glasses, you know, you can probably picture if you're listening rather than watching.
Yes.
But here was a statement that she issued on her Instagram in response to Snoop Dogg. So, I created the Lightyear lesbians. In 2018, I was a writer at Pixar. Such a cool place. Grateful to work there. Learned a ton from kind and impressive creatives. As we wrote early versions of what became Lightyear, a key character needed a partner, and it was so natural to write she instead of he. As small as that detail is in the film, I knew the representational effect it could have. Small line, big deal. I was elated that they kept it. I'm proud of it. To infinity. Love is love. I was one of the few writers they had on it over the years, which is very common for screenwriting, of course. I had very little to do with the final script, but I was proud to see a happy queer couple, even for a few seconds, on screen. I know that got a lot of shit for this inclusion, but stuff like this matters because beautiful love like this exists. It's not fiction. What is fiction is Zurg and lightspeed space travel and murderous aliens and a talking robot cat. So she's talking about writing this all the way back in 2018, which is, of course, the reason why it didn't play so well 4 years later when the movie actually came out and people were finally seeing the sea change on wokeness.
And let's be fair, like, they can bitch about this all they want, but the discussion about this was online. People didn't go see this movie because it made no sense, because it didn't have Tim Allen, because Buzz Lightyear looked like a dirty cop.
The animation style was totally different.
It didn't work, and it was nobody wanted a prequel based off not even on the character, based off the character of the character, which nobody had any interest in going to see. It's not like 2022 was a boon for movies in general. They were still going to be blaming COVID for everything around that time. The movie wasn't going to do well either way, and that discussion about representation, what that meant for the movie, was largely something that was had online. Like, they simultaneously tell you that you are both a vocal minority, but then also blame you when something doesn't work. You can't be a vocal minority. If the movie fails, then clearly it's a majority, not a minority. And I don't think it had anything to do with this. I think it had more to do with the fact that nobody wanted that movie to begin with.
Yeah, and I'm actually kind of taken aback at the response that Snoop Dogg has gotten because, I don't know.
Feels like
I just
a relic of 2022 to get that response,
I figured that we were past those times.
Nope.
They're attempting to possibly take him off of The Voice for this.
I don't know if that's... I don't think that happens. I really don't. I think they wait this out. I think these controversies just come and go.
Waiting it out would look like just going ahead with the filming schedule and ignoring it and not, launching into crisis PR mode and then putting him on a hiatus by force.
Well, my favorite part is
that's a punishment.
The genius for this whole thing is like there's some genius PR rep whose job it is to be like, aw shucks, it's just Snoop being Snoop, and then that's the guy who makes the big bucks, who comes up with the brilliant idea of just waiting it out.
Yeah. It's wild that they had this fake apology though. Like, where did that even come from?
Well, the problem is then, what's the term? Like a lie makes it around the world twice before the truth has a chance to put its pants on. So a bunch of people have heard this fake apology, and there's all sorts of articles, I'm sure, or even videos about Snoop Dogg bending the knee, which didn't happen.
One of the responses says, normalize this. Strip homophobic celebrities of their opportunities. What did he even say that was homophobic?
Said nothing that was
honestly,
homophobic.
If he said something homophobic, I would be elated.
Mary would love that.
But he didn't. He really didn't. This is like the mainstream liberal opinion of the past, 20 years.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm watching Terminalist Dark Wolf, neoliberal, pro-war television is back. Are you kidding me? Let's go! It's time to invade the Middle East again.
Vibe shift.
The vibe shift means we're going back to the Middle East, boys. We just left in 2021. We're on our way back.
Let's effing go.
Patriot Act. FISA warrants. Let's go.
We'll put a boot in your ass.
See, that's the real reason. Like 9/11 sucked, but my gosh, did we get some music out of it? Am I right?
We did.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.